No dinosaur in the Jurassic Park franchise has stirred up as much of a debate as the Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park 3. It's big, it's powerful, and it famously took down the mighty T-Rex. But how close is Hollywood giant to the real-life dinosaur that lived around 100 million years ago? In this video, we are looking at the science of the Spinosaurus to find out just how realistic the Jurassic Park 3 version is, and whether the movie took a few creative liberties. First, let's get a little background on the real Spinosaurus. They lived around 100 million years ago during the Cretaceous period in what is now North Africa. This enormous predator is often considered the largest carnivorous dinosaur, even larger than the T-Rex. In terms of size, the Spinosaurus could grow around 50 to 60 feet in length, which is longer than the T-Rex, but it was much more slender and lightweight. Unlike the theropods we typically think of, Spinosaurus had unique adaptations. It had a long crocodile-like snout, conical teeth designed to catch fish, and, most notably, the iconic sail on its back. But just how much of that made it into Jurassic Park 3? One of the first things that strikes you about the Spinosaurus in Jurassic Park 3 is its massive size. In the movie, it's portrayed as towering over everything, including the T-Rex. This part is pretty accurate, at least in terms of length. Spinosaurus was indeed longer than the T-Rex, with estimates around 50 to 60 feet, compared to the T-Rex's 40 feet. However, this is where the movie stretches the truth is in the Spinosaurus's bulk. The movie version is much more muscular and robust than what we believe the real animal may have looked like. Recent fossil evidence shows that Spinosaurus had a much more slender, streamlined body, likely an adaptation for its semi-aquatic lifestyle. Its legs, for example, were much shorter than those of other large theropods, suggesting it spent much of its time in water rather than charging around on land. In the movie, we see Spinosaurus running after humans, tearing through trees, and even crashing into a plane. But paleontologists now believe Spinosaurus was much more at home in water. Fossil evidence, especially recent finds, suggests that Spinosaurus was built to hunt in rivers and swamps. It had a flat paddle-like feet, and its nostrils were located further up its snout, allowing it to breathe while submerged, just like a crocodile. Its dense bones would have helped it stay buoyant in water, and its long narrow jaws filled with conical teeth were perfect for catching fish, not ripping apart other dinosaurs. So while it was certainly capable of coming onto land, Spinosaurus was much likely a better swimmer than it was a runner, something we do see partially towards the end of the movie as we see Spinosaurus swimming and attacking the protagonist in the water. One of the Spino's main traits in the movie was its aggression. Throughout the movie, the Spinosaurus relentlessly chases the humans and tracks them around the entire island. It is very un-animal-like behavior, however there are some theories as to why this may have been the case, and I've made a video on the Spinosaurus aggression if you are interested. Okay, now the controversial one. Let's get on to the most iconic and debated scene in the entire Jurassic Park franchise. Spinosaurus vs. T-Rex in Jurassic Park 3. Spinosaurus not only fights a T-Rex, but actually kills it, snapping its neck and somehow receives minimal damage during the fight. But could this really happen in the real world? Well, firstly, this encounter would have never taken place as these two species never coexisted in time or space-wise. But purely hypothetically, what would have happened? This is where things get a little speculative. The T-Rex was a land predator and it had one of the strongest bite forces of any terrestrial animal, estimated to be between 8,000 to 12,000 pounds of force. That's enough to crush bones. On the other hand, the Spinosaurus with its long, narrow jaws wasn't designed for that kind of power. Its teeth were great for catching slippery prey like fish, not for biting through tons of flesh and bone. So the Spinosaurus wasn't as heavily built as the T-Rex. It had a much more lightweight frame optimized for life near water, so while Spinosaurus might have been able to scare off T-Rex with its size, it's not likely it could have actually overpowered it in a straight-up fight, and definitely not with such ease. In reality, Spinosaurus is much more likely to avoid confrontation with something as big and powerful as a T-Rex, preferring to hunt in the water where it had the advantage, so the epic fight scene is definitely more of Hollywood than history. In Jurassic Park 3, the sail is one of the most distinctive features of the Spinosaurus, and it's portrayed as towering, menacing display of power. What's it actually for? Although it remains a mystery, the most accepted theory suggests it was used for thermoregulation, helping the animal absorb or release heat depending on its environment. Another theory is that it could have been used for display purposes to attract mates or intimidate rivals. Another possibility was that the sail may have improved the Spinosaurus's maneuverability and provided a fulcrum for powerful neck and tail movements. It may have also been used as a screen for encircling prey underwater, but there is no evidence to suggest that the sail played any part in combat or aggression, as the movie seemed to suggest. So while the tail is visually impressive in the movie, its real-life purpose was probably more practical than fearsome. So how realistic was the Spinosaurus in Jurassic Park 3? Well, the movie definitely captured some elements of the real animal, like its size and aquatic nature, but Hollywood as usual took some liberties, particularly when it came to the dinosaur's behavior and its ability in fights. The real Spinosaurus was an incredible specialized predator, but it was more at home hunting fish in water than battling out on land. It was longer but not bulkier than the T-Rex, and its jaw structure was built for precision and not brute force. So Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus might have been a bit exaggerated, but it still makes for one unforgettable dinosaur, and that's what Jurassic Park has always been about, blending science with a bit of movie magic. It's also important to remember that dinosaurs in Jurassic Park were made from incomplete genetic codes, and the dinosaurs are not meant to be scientifically accurate, and due to InGen's questionable experiments, they theorized some dinosaurs they produced were tampered with to have different traits. What do you think? Was the Spinosaurus in Jurassic Park 3 a believable predator, or did the movie take things too far? Let me know in the comments below.